If a modern Navy SEAL platoon time-traveled to feudal Japan and had to fight against 1,000 samurai warriors, who would win? At first glance, the SEALs would obviously crush the samurai. End of story, right? Not exactly. Let's look into history. Take the Battle of Oman, for example. A British-Egyptian army armed with rifles and machine guns defeated a Sudan force of 50,000 warriors. The British lost 47 men. The Sudan lost over 10,000. That wasn't even a fight. It was a massacre, just like Omdurman. Charging samurai would be taken down before even swinging a sword. Brutal, quick, and honestly boring. But there's more to consider. What if the samurai didn't panic? What if they adapted their legendary discipline and kept fighting no matter how loud or deadly the weapons were? Now that's a whole different story. So let's first take a look at what each side is bringing to the fight. A Navy SEAL platoon has 16 operators, 2 officers and 14 team members. All of them are trained in diving, demolitions, and parachuting. And that's just the start. Their main weapon is the M4 carbine, fitted with holographic sights, lasers, and suppressors. They also carry Glock 19 pistols as sidearms, plus frag grenades for explosions and flashbangs to blind enemies up close. Some operators bring extra firepower, MK-46 or MK-48 machine guns, sniper rifles, and explosives like claymores and C4. Their drones, night vision, and advanced radios would probably look like pure magic to a samurai. Isn't that already enough? Samurai brought spears, Mari razor-sharp katanas, shorter wakizashi as backup, and bows yumi, accurate up to 150 menner. Their lacquered armor, yoi, was impressive, but basically decorative against bullets. Some would be mounted on horses, giving them speed and shock value. But most would fight on foot. Some even had early matchlock guns. But against modern weapons, it's like bringing a candle to a flamethrower fight. In terms of raw weaponry, it's a total mismatch. If this were just a stand-up fight in an open field, it would be like watching a tornado rip through a rice paper house. But weapons are only part of the story. Now that we know what each side is carrying, it's time to talk about something just as important. Logistics. A Navy SEAL platoon is built for quick surgical missions. They're trained to hit hard and get out, not fight a long grinding battle. SEALs pack enough ammo, food, and water for a few days. After that, they'd have to live off the land. And feudal Japan isn't exactly stocked with MREs. Meanwhile, the samurai have the home advantage. They know the terrain, have local supplies, and are used to long campaigns. Samurai armies traveled with support teams, cooks, armorers, and laborers, so they could keep fighting for weeks if needed. Water wouldn't be a big problem. The SEALs have purification tablets and portable filters, so rivers and streams would keep them alive. But food, not so easy. Hunting wild animals in unfamiliar forests, dodging patrols, and carrying 80 LEB of gear isn't sustainable for long. Then there's the terrain itself, the environment. In open fields, the SEALs dominate. No contest but Japan's thick forests. Different story, narrow trails, endless hiding spots. The perfect playground for samurai ambushes. Long-range rifles suddenly aren't so unstoppable when you're getting jumped from 10 different directions. Still, the SEALs have one huge ace up their sleeve, night vision. At night, the battlefield flips again. With goggles on, they could move, fight, and raid in total darkness. While the samurai would be left swinging at shadows, the SEALs could strike unseen, hit hard, and disappear before the samurai even know what happened. However, if the SEALs couldn't finish the fight quickly, things would start to crack and fast. Supplies would run dry, exhaustion would creep in, and 16 men could only outrun 1,000 for so long before the numbers catch up. Tactics. The SEALs would have a huge edge in training, tech, and precision. They'd split into teams of 2 or 4, moving fast while others cover them. A tactic called bounding overwatch. Staying mobile would be everything. Hit hard, keep shifting, don't let the samurai get close. But the samurai wouldn't just walk into gunfire. They'd spread out, move through the terrain, and try to force the SEALs into close quarters where swords have the upper hand. If that happened, things would get ugly fast. 16 operators can only cover so many angles and in tight spaces. Pistols and knives wouldn't hold up against lifelong sword fighters. The samurai wouldn't waste energy on a big dramatic charge either. They'd fight smart, staying hidden, setting traps, and slowly wearing the SEALs down. They wouldn't need a clean victory, just enough pressure to watch the SEALs run out of options. Now, let's talk numbers because this isn't just bullets flying. It's a numbers game. Each SEAL typically carries about 210 rounds for their M4, 7 mags. But since resupply isn't coming, most would probably carry more. Maybe 8 to 12 mags, pushing it closer to 240 to 360 rounds, even with perfect aim, which never happens. Each seal would need to take down round 62 samurai to wipe out all 1,000. Reloading takes 2 to 3 seconds. That sounds fast until your life depends on it. Fire too fast and their rifles overheat, risking jams, barrel damage, or worse. The machine gunners help. Operators with MK-46s can lay down heavy fire at 850 rounds a minute, but belt-fed ammo disappears fast. 7 seconds for 100 rounds, 14 seconds for 200, and reloading those way slower than swapping a mag. Around 7 seconds, every bullet counts. Every reload is a risk, and the samurai, they only need one thing, a crack in the rhythm. Flipping the math, each samurai only needs to take out about 116th of a seal. Yeah, weird math, I know. Then there's the mental game. Some samurai might run if they saw dozens of their own getting shot before they even got close. However, samurais were warriors raised on honor. Retreat wasn't exactly part of the playbook, but the seals aren't immune either. Fighting a wave that never stops, knowing one wrong move could be your last. That pressure adds up fast. So how does it end? Scenario 1, the seals hit first and hit hard. They bring everything, with suppressors and lasers, machine guns to mow down groups, grenade launchers, frag grenades, flashbangs, and claymore mines. Snipers take out targets from a distance. Breachers plant C4 traps, and drones scout from above. With night vision, they move like ghosts and strike without warning. It's fast and brutal. In this scenario, the one samurai don't stand a chance. Completely defeated before exhaustion, injury, or low supplies can even become a problem. Scenario 2, the samurai play it smart. They don't charge in. They stay hidden, waiting in forests, along trails, and anywhere they can set an ambush. They let the seals burn through their supplies one slow day at a time. No food, no rest, no backup. The seals keep moving, keep fighting, but they get slower, weaker, and eventually vulnerable. And if it drags out long enough, things might get weird. There's a real chance the samurai get their hands on some seal gear, but without training, most of it would be useless or worse. Imagine trying to fire a rifle without knowing the safety's on, or pulling a grenade pin cluelessly. And even if they figured it out, most would just blow themselves up, shoot their own feet, or toss it aside in confusion. But even random gunfire causes chaos. Unpredictability is its own kind of weapon. And finally, poll time. Seals versus samurai, who wins? Drop your pick in the comments.